Tree. All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to the NFL Tribune podcast for Week 8. I've got Ty, Dustin, and Joe here with me. Say hi, guys.
Hey
Hi
guys.
guys.
So, how was your guys' week this week?
Fuck.
Well,
It could've been better.
I thought it was going to be good because it was a bye week, and then we traded Byard. So
You lost your bye week.
yeah, we lost my bye week.
I feel like we lost our bye week because every team in our division won. But this episode's gonna be pretty special because the trade deadline is of course coming up on the 31st. But also, I want to start off with this. Ty, I want you to know that we love and appreciate you, okay? We're always going to be here for you, but sometimes
where this is
you
going.
need to admit that your team is bad and you're rebuilding. Because you gotta think about the facts here. You're last in your division. You're starting a rookie quarterback who hasn't started at all this season. You just traded away one of your best players. Your offense is in shambles. You're rebuilding, Ty.
I already told you, until Henry's gone, it's not a rebuild. Once Henry is gone, it's a rebuild. Everybody else is fair game.
Well, they also did say that, quote unquote, everyone is available according to Bleacher Report's insider.
Yes, like I said, until Henry's gone, rebuild. I can't say it's a rebuild until Henry is gone.
I mean, even rebuilds still have their cornerstone pieces. Henry's just the cornerstone piece of the rebuild.
That shouldn't be the case.
Yeah, but it is.
I feel like Byard was another piece, but now he's been traded.
But they traded Byard for a 5th, 6th, and a garbage safety.
A fucking pack of gum. We got a pack of gum for him.
Yeah, he did.
I got $3.
Dude, I can tell you, Terrell Edmonds is not good.
I just hope it's one of those things where he suddenly becomes good for some fucking reason.
Hey, he could be a system defensive player, and the Titans could have the right system.
They could,
but I gotta hope for. Yeah, I'm not gonna take the word of the guy who his team gets 3 points down and they've already lost. That's all he says for the rest of the game.
See, what I do is reverse psychology. I trick them by making them win by getting them out.
Too bad it didn't start working until 2 weeks ago.
But it worked. Yeah, I just wanted to start off with that. But sometimes we all have to face facts, Ty, and they're not pretty.
Nah, man, it is what it is.
But
I know my division, the Titans can still win it. Everybody else is trash as well.
I mean, it kind of is true, but you're already 3 games behind Jacksonville.
It's Jacksonville.
But they're still winning.
It's Jacksonville.
But you're not winning.
I don't trust them one bit to be able to stay that way.
And I don't trust you guys one bit to stay that way.
Okay, we can keep agreeing to disagree. We're gonna keep going in this circle, dude. You're not changing mind.
They play the Falcons tomorrow.
Anyway, let's move on to what happened in the previous week. So, of course, the Bengals and the Titans both had a bye week, which it still feels like we both lost during the bye week. But Atlanta with a surprise upset over Tampa. Granted, both teams played kind of terribly. Dustin, did you watch the game?
Surprise to y'all. But I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who called Atlanta to win. I was pretty confident in that fact.
Well, what made you confident in it, though?
Knowing how the Falcons play and knowing how Tampa plays. More specifically, knowing how Baker Mayfield plays.
Yeah. So, from what I've noticed from Tampa, they have no run game, like, at all. It's non-existent.
Yeah. No, they do not.
Welcome back to a few years ago, Tampa.
Who do they have running the ball now? I don't even know who the fuck they have running the ball.
Rashad White is their starting running back, I believe. Is that right, Dustin?
Yes.
Okay.
Mostly, they've been going between mostly him, but they've had a couple games where they started their backup. I don't know if it's injury or fatigue reasons.
So I'm looking at it right now. Tampa, in terms of rushing yards, is 29th in the league.
Also, how about the fact that the Falcons are facing possible penalization because of not reporting injuries to Bijan Robinson?
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
saw
hear about
that.
that.
I haven't heard much because they've been keeping it very under wraps, but apparently the reason Bijan didn't play much in that game was because of an injury that was never reported.
Oh
Yeah, they said
no.
he had a headache or a migraine or something like that.
That was the official reason.
Okay.
But the actual apparently it's don't know if it was a head and neck injury or if it was something else during practice.
There's something I do want to point out in terms of the Falcons. According to the stats that I see here, they are top 10 in almost every category.
I do
Defense or
not
offense or
understand how.
So
defense, offense, or just
Oh,
everything?
their
everything.
defense.
Hmm.
Well, in terms of total yards, they are second in the league, only behind Cleveland. Seventh against the pass, eighth against the run, ninth in points allowed, and third on third down, which is impressive. If only their
Falcons
offense
defense
could
carrying.
score.
I'll say Falcons defense carrying for once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never.
What's
If
caused
only
this
this
turnaround,
happened
Dustin?
2 or 3 years. Uh, we had a bad defense through all the years that we had a really good offense, so they started focusing on defense. But as you can tell by our offense, they've let the offense fall to the wayside in doing so.
I mean, was there like a
Yeah.
coordinator change, or just better draft picks, or
I mean, they
what?
changed.
Focus change mostly.
Okay.
So Arthur
Uh,
Smith stepped in too. I know.
Arthur Smith and with Kyle Shanahan and all Dan Quinn and all them, they focused so heavily on offense that they let the defense fall to the wayside.
But Dan Quinn's a
And
defensive guy.
he is, but he focused mostly on getting a high-powered offense because he came into a good defense.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
they're having issues on being able to multitask and getting both up. That's always one or the other. That's the reason you see the Falcons past about 10 years will have 2-3 years of good offense, 1 year with a good offense and defense, and then about 3 years of good defense, and then vice versa.
You
Yeah,
know
the
what's was
offense thing.
strange? When the Falcons drafted AJ Terrell, there was a lot of mixed opinions on it, but it's ultimately seemed to work out for them. He's a number one corner.
Because C.J. Henderson was considered better or whatever, and that
AJ
was honestly
Terrell to me is the example that of what I've said during the drafts. I didn't like the pick, but I trusted my team to know more than me. There's a reason I'm not a GM in the NFL, and I am glad that I did that.
Yeah.
But one of the things I didn't like Urinating Tree and a few other people were giving him like really big shit because apparently they didn't trade up for C.J. Henderson, who was considered the number one corner in that draft, and as we can see, has kind of proven to be garbage because I don't even know what team he's on now.
He's on the
but-
Panthers.
Well, once again, there's a reason Urinating Tree's not a GM in the NFL.
Yeah. That's really one of the parts that really got me out of Urinating Tree because I just felt like it was literally just a hype move. He was just mostly giving the Falcons shit just because.
Well, you gotta also remember he's a shit poster. That's what he does.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but
That's their thing.
It's best not to take Urinating Tree seriously. He's just funny.
I just feel like it was a retarded take in general. Like,
I mean, it happens. We all have
I
retarded
guess.
takes sometimes.
I'm not
I
the
mean,
biggest
like-
fan of Urinating Tree, but that's mostly just because I'm not a big fan of the shit talker style.
I mean, yeah, the hater style, I guess you could call him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like I said, people like that, like I said, the thing that killed it was CJ. I honestly thought Henderson, he was off anything. They said, well, he has problem tackling. I was like, well, he plays defense, so that crosses him out for me. If you play defense and you can't tackle, why are you playing defense? There's not a single person on defense that doesn't have to make a tackle at some point.
Yeah, that is true.
It's not like offense. You know, the offensive lineman's almost not never gonna have to make a reception, but most of the time will not. But defense is different. Just about everyone's gonna have to attempt to tackle.
Also, Joe, why can't you guys play well against the Giants?
Because God hates me. I don't know. Like it's just like Kirk Cousins had to lose a playoff game to them so it could be like the old days when he played like dog shit against them. Like I don't understand. Like all we needed to do, well, they came down to the fourth down catch, which was not caught, and that's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But if literally the offense had done something, that game would have not been the same result. Like, how are you gonna let the Giants hold you to 7 points and then you like?
Yeah, I think a quote came out from Jonathan Allen saying that he's tired of losing to the Giants, which I don't blame him.
I would say they've been dog shit since he's been there. Like they've been dog shit. Like it's a team that we have no excuse to lose to. I know it's a division game, but they've been bad enough that honestly there's no excuse to losing to them. You know,
Right.
you need that win, and especially when the Eagles are Super Bowl contenders and the Cowboys are like Cowboys. You know,
They're
you
playoff
need the
contenders, but they're not Super Bowl contenders.
yeah, you need the division wins where you can get them, and you cannot afford. That was a game we had to have, and it's gonna bite us in the ass. It's gonna absolutely bite us in the ass now.
The one
Now
thing
we're,
I've
I think, 2 games.
The one thing I've noticed about the Commanders, they're very hot and cold. Like they put up 31 points against the Eagles, but couldn't score more than 7 against the Giants. It's weird. Of course, they get blown out by the good teams, like the Bills.
There's been some very inconsistent play this year. A lot of times it seems, honestly, they become a little hard to they become harder to predict in the past. In the past, like our defense was the one that had to carry it. So it's like, all right, we're playing. It doesn't really matter if the team we're playing has a good defense. If they have an offense that can outplay our defense, that's the games that we usually lost. But this year, we've kind of seen us lose to a variety of teams. That's really cool, isn't it?
Yeah, you guys have
Like,
lost
I love
to
that.
the Bills. I know was one. The Giants.
The Commanders. They do lose to themselves all the times. But the Bears.
Yeah, the Bears. That one was bad.
Yeah, and the Eagles, I believe.
Yeah,
and now the Giants too. So that's 4 losses, 3 wins. Our wins are the Cardinals,
the Broncos,
and the Falcons. Surprisingly.
Yeah. Which. Those offenses really aren't that good.
Well, I don't understand. We had a great defense. Like our defense was consistently top 10 under Rivera, but this year apparently they're just gonna give up 30 points in just about every game except the last 2 weeks.
Do you think this could be Ron Rivera's last season as the coach?
As much as I would kind of hate to see it, I suppose you need to get results, and I guess he hasn't shown the results that this new management is looking for. They might decide, hey, let's bring in some new guys with the new management. Let's make a change, and I can't wholeheartly hate them for it.
I think it's going to come down to if he makes the playoffs or not, is whether or not he keeps a job.
I think you're right. I think maybe if he gets a decent record, a salvageable record, but I think the new management is looking for results, and I think if he simply doesn't have the results, they probably won't keep him around.
Which in the NFC, it's really not that hard to make the playoffs because there's only
the standings right now.
Good teams.
Right now, we're 2 games behind the Cowboys because I think the Cowboys had a bye week. Or the Cowboys are 4-2. We're 3-4.
Yeah, they had a bye week.
I think they had a bye week already. As I say, the Eagles basically firmly control the division at the moment. They're 6-1.
Mm-hmm.
We have to play them this. This is another game that we need to win.
Yeah, it's going to be in Washington.
Yeah, we almost beat them on the road, but you look at the NFC, and the NFC is honestly not not terribly. It's kind of wide open. It's not some of the division leaders are pretty healthy right now, but.
If I recall correctly, it's the Lions, the Eagles, the 49ers, and the Falcons all lead their divisions.
Yes, the Falcons only lead by 1 game.
Surprisingly, the Falcons.
Lions lead by 2. Niners lead by, I think the Seahawks must have had a bye because they're only 4-2, while the Niners are 5-2.
Yeah.
So Niners only really have a game to the bye, and then Eagles have. God, I'm not even going to talk about that.
What?
How many games the Eagles the Eagles are just up. Let's just say they're up.
I'm up.
It's safe to say it would take a miracle at this point for the Eagles to not win.
They need a midseason collapse really to lose this division with how they started.
But on a more serious note, I do want to talk about something I noticed in the last week. The refs have been the worst I've ever seen them this season. Last week,
yes. Oh my god!
Especially in the last few minutes of games. I don't know why. There's the let them play thing, but it's you still need to call penalties.
I don't have an issue with letting them play. You can let them play all game. You
Yeah.
can let penalties like that pass interference that the Rams committed against the Saints. If you let them play, my issue is when you let them play all game, and then in the last 2 minutes you call every single little penalty. You start
Yeah.
nitpicking at that point.
Or you go vice. I've seen games that are
Oh
vice
yeah,
versa.
yeah,
like-
the exact opposite as well, where they
Yes.
call everything all game, and then the last
Mhm.
like 2 minutes they don't call a single fucking thing, even if it's
Yeah.
blatant.
It's you need consistency, like Dustin said. There needs to be consistency because how does people are a lot of people say the NFL is rigged. This does not help.
There are 3 main points from the previous week that I want to touch on involving the refs. The Browns Colts game, towards the end of the game, I don't know if you guys happen to see this, but PJ Walker threw a pass to the back of the end zone, right? Clearly uncatchable, like it's yards over his hands.
Uncatchable.
They call him for pass interference, so they're at the
they call
1
the
yard line. They
defender,
run
right?
it in.
Yeah.
That's you can't. That's not a penalty. That ball's uncatchable.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe if we get fucking a goddamn giant playing wide receiver,
If you've got Megatron out there, maybe.
and I'd say Megatron would struggle to catch that.
So the Colts got hosed in that game. There was also, which I kind of hate to touch on, the Rams-Steelers game. Kenny Pickett, late in the 4th quarter, goes for a QB sneak on 4th and 1, right? He's clearly short of the line, but they give him the first down anyway. Like, you can see it in the replay. He's short. His knee is down the yard short of the first down, but they still gave him the first down. There's that, and there's the opposite pass interference they called on the Rams late in the game, which was not pass interference. So, yeah, that cost the Rams a game, and it also cost me a pizza party at work. Thank you, refs.
How fucking dare!
I know! Like, dude, I wanted free pizza. No, the refs had to interfere like they always do. There was that.
Refs ruining Kane's fantasy life and his work life.
Yeah.
There was another game that happened with the refs involved. What was it? So it was Browns Colts.
Well, if it was an NFL game, then yes.
Oh yeah, the Eagles Dolphins game. No penalties called on the Eagles in that game, which is a little weird because you never see that.
Especially with how aggressive the Eagles play.
From what I have seen, apparently the head ref in that game is from South Philadelphia. I don't know if that has any link or correlation to it, but it's
that
weird.
Ref. Don't forget that ref has also been suspended 3 times for unethical officiating.
Yep.
Wait, are you serious?
Yes, I saw that.
And he's still make refs full time. Come on, NFL, you can afford it.
You can afford that, and you can afford to put each field with real grass on it instead of turf.
Yes, exactly.
Oh no, it's $12 million. I make like $80 billion a year. Oh no!
How terrible!
I mean, what makes it worse is the fact that they're already going to be changing a bunch of fields over from turf to real grass because they're going to be used for soccer.
Yeah.
And soccer players will not play on turf. Which,
It's
good for
the
them.
fact that they'll do that because the soccer teams will be playing on them, but they won't do it for their own football players.
Yeah, which I don't know if
Pretty
I'm right for saying
brutal.
this, but isn't the NFL bigger than soccer, or is it the other way around?
In America, it's bigger than
Yeah,
soccer.
Okay.
just in America.
Just in America. And even then, it's honestly really close.
But there's no excuse for that. Like, you're wanting to cut down on injuries in the NFL. Why would you not take every precaution necessary? Just because it would cost you a little bit more, so what?
Those players that are getting injured are making you more money each year than it would cost you to put the turf on the field or grass on the field.
Yeah.
Just one of those players. I'm sorry. Come on, guys.
Mm-hmm. But I'm tired of the officiating for this season. I'm already done with it. Because if it's me, let's just go back to the Super Bowl that we had against the Rams, right? Remember that long pass that T. Higgins caught for a touchdown?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, T. Higgins grabbed dude's face mask. That should have been a penalty. But no.
I remember that.
But later in the game, they got Logan Wilson for our linebacker for, was it pass interference or like illegal contact or something like that?
Illegal contact.
Which he didn't do. Which he did not interfere with the pass whatsoever. He may have like maybe touched him once, but he's a linebacker. What is he supposed to do?
It's not that he touched him once; it's that the receiver ran into him on the cut on his route.
Yeah,
It wasn't an intentional contact. It was the receiver running into him, and they called the penalty on him.
yeah, that's stupid. What else happened from this past week? Oh, the Bills still struggle within their own division for some reason. They lost to the Patriots after they had a game-winning drive to get ahead of the Bills, and Patriots held that lead. That's I was not expecting that. But it also seems like the majority of the games that the Bills struggle in have been against teams in their own division, except for no, they've struggled against Miami.
It was not a struggle against Miami.
Not this season, but in seasons past, it has been. What's going on with the Bills? Why can't they win in their own division when they should be able to easily?
They're the Bills.
Yes.
Bills. I don't know why they just tend to like not.
They've had some kind of collapse between this last season and this season. I don't know where at, but it was somewhere.
I know that Matt Milano and Tre'Davious White are out for the season with injuries, so they're a little bit short-handed on the defensive side of the ball.
I'll say that really hurts their defense.
Yeah,
I know they don't have Tremaine
Edmonds
anymore. They let him walk.
Mm-hmm. That's still unfortunate though. What else happened? Why is it that for the Bears, Tyson Bagent looks better than Justin Fields?
It's one game.
It-
Let's wait till this week.
They're building a good system,
Which-
similar to Lamar and the Ravens, with a good system behind their quarterback.
Granted, they did play against the Brian Hoyer-led Raiders, which that doesn't put fear into anybody. But they put up 30 points.
I mean, it feels like the Bears have finally figured out football. Honestly, it feels weird to say that, but it feels like the Bears figured out finally how to play as a team.
Is it too early to say that there may be a quarterback controversy in Chicago?
Yeah, it's definitely too early.
Give another 2 or 3 games before we start going on that route.
Yeah.
But I do want to say for Chicago, Deontay Foreman looks good. Like, he's looked good everywhere he's gone, but he just keeps getting passed around the league for some reason.
I mean, there aren't really too many teams that actually want a power back.
But he's more elusive, though, isn't he?
No, I mean, he was our replacement for Henry a few years ago, and he was able to do exactly what Henry does.
At the very least, if you're not wanting to call him power back, he's a one-cut back. He can get through contact pretty decently.
What else did I want to touch on? Oh, the Ravens put up 38 on the Lions.
Yeah, that
For
was
some reason, okay.
That
so
was a surprise.
I saw Baltimore was favored by 3 points in that game. I'm like, why is Baltimore favored? And then this game happens. I'm like, there was a reason why they were favored, and I don't know what it is. I'm not really willing to say that Detroit played badly because they didn't really make a lot of they didn't turn the ball over a lot, but they only scored 6 points.
They didn't do anything.
Apparently Jared Goff fumbled twice but didn't lose any of them. He threw 1 interception, and nobody else looks like they fumbled.
I mean, from what it looked and sounded like, it was just the Lions didn't show up.
Watching the game, the Lions looked like they played a textbook game.
Mm-hmm.
But the Ravens looked better.
Yeah.
It looked like it was just on-field dominance.
Mm-hmm. Which it's kind of frustrating because we know how good the Ravens can be, like against the best teams, but the fact that they can't do it consistently is concerning. Like, if they can play this well against the Lions, they should be able to easily handle everybody else that they play. But it just doesn't seem to work out that way.
It very well could be a system matchup. It could be that the Ravens' system of football was just better than the Lions,
Yeah, that is true.
or not necessarily better. Think of it as a run first team going up against a stop the run defense. If the stop the run defense is better, that team's just not going to be able to do anything.
Unstoppable force
Type
versus
deal.
immovable object.
Yes.
Okay, I got you. But yeah, pretty shocking there. But I guess congrats to the Ravens, even though. Ugh. I thought
Lamar.
for sure that the Cardinals would upset the Seahawks, and that game was close for the longest time. But the Seahawks ended up pulling away. Um, Arizona, even though they only have one win on the season against the Cowboys, they've been quote unquote
Sorry,
competitive in a lot of their games. Like I'm pretty sure they may have gotten blown out at least once, but they've been competitive for the most part. And for a team that's supposed to be tanking,
Teams are being careful with making it look like they're intentionally tanking after old Dolphins. I think it was last year they got caught.
I think they lost their first round pick for it, right?
no, they
Yeah.
tried to tamper with Brady. What it was.
Yeah, but it was a few years ago that they got accused of tanking for Tua.
I mean, they ended up getting Tua.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, but they also got in trouble for it. They got caught. Like there was a team, I can't remember who it was, that got caught tanking. I won't say it was
It
the
was the
Dolphins.
Dolphins. I want to say it was the GM or whoever it was for the Dolphins was actually.
Oh, the owner?
It may have been the owner. They were offering the coach $100,000 to lose
Yeah,
the games.
because that's why Brian Flores is suing the NFL. It was
Yeah.
because of that. Which he's the defensive coordinator in Minnesota now. If you guys didn't
So
know.
they wanted he was told to lose games and then they fired him, right? I mean,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he refused to do that. Which
yeah,
I don't blame him for,
I don't blame him.
for
Yeah,
doing that. If they put me in that situation, I'm not doing that. Fuck that.
No, you put me in. I came into this league to win. My resume on whether I get hired for other teams is based on if I win.
Yep. Which, I mean, we all questioned the decision to fire Brian Flores when they did. But
Yeah,
seeing that
'cause he
they
was
got
winning.
Mike McDaniel in, it kind of worked out for the better.
going in
Honestly.
the crowd to ask them for their play.
Because the Dolphins have been still pretty good. I mean, their offense is, I think, first in the NFL as of right now. Let me see.
I believe it is off of that fucking 720-yard game against the Broncos.
Oh, hey guys. So, in terms of offense, they are first in every category except for third down. They are averaging 470 yards a game, 300 passing, 162 rushing, and scoring at least 34 points a game on average.
Wow.
Thank you, Broncos.
Yeah, it's a
That's-
little bit skewed because of that game.
Yeah.
But there's one more matchup I want to touch on, and that's Travis Kelce making the Chargers his bitch. Travis Kelce in this game had what was it? Oh, I just
Damn near single-handedly lost me in my game, and
yeah. Travis
fantasy,
Kelce had
which is barely won.
179 receiving yards. I'm sorry. I thought Brandon Staley was a defensive guy. Why is the defense not playing well?
Fuck
Oh,
you.
yeah, me. Taylor Swift was in the building.
Yep.
It was not a pretty day for the Chargers, but then again, it's the Chargers. They keep.
Well, you know what they're known to do.
Yeah, they're known to charger it. I did say one more, but I want to talk about this. San Francisco struggled against Minnesota in primetime.
Didn't just struggle; they lost.
No, yes, they did lose. It was a close game, which apparently that's Minnesota's thing, is to either win or lose close games. But I mean, Debo wasn't in, which of course, is going to affect the offense.
Lose.
But San Francisco just couldn't really get going
Fuck.
against Minnesota for whatever reason.
Those two interceptions also kind of killed.
That's true. There was one towards the end of the game that.
No, both of them were at the end of the game. It was back-to-back drives.
San Fran seems to be doing the opposite of their normal system. They normally collapse at the end of the year, or they normally have a bad start, decent middle, or good middle, start falling towards the end, good at the start of the playoffs, bad at the end of the playoffs.
Beat Dallas in the playoffs, lose the next game.
Yes. This year it's looking like they're having a good start, then a mid-season collapse. So maybe they'll do middle of the pack at the end of the season. Maybe they'll get back to being good in the playoffs and last through the playoffs this year.
Nope.
Nope.
I honestly don't know.
I mean, we'll see.
I just want to do that.
It is a cause for concern, and the 49ers' next game is against us, and there's a high chance that Brock Purdy will not be playing because he's in concussion protocol, which shocked me when I heard about it because he never left the game with a concussion.
Big.
Probably a practice injury then.
Big.
But yeah, that was a thing that happened. If he can't play, that means Sam Darnold gets the start. You laugh, but watch him go out there and throw dots against our defense. I will hate you forever, Joe.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
That'd be funny as hell, dude.
You know what? It's NFL
You
trivia.
guys laughed at. If you get to laugh at me, if you get to laugh at me for the Bears game, I'll get to laugh at you for that.
Which is fair. We're playing NFL trivia now. Since you want to be a jackass.
Whatever.
Yeah, but you're not really punishing Joe on that. You're punishing me and Ty.
Yeah.
Ty's ahead of me.
Man.
Ty's ahead of me.
You see, about that, Dustin, I intentionally made the questions easy last week, and you didn't show up, so I made them hard this week.
What the fuck?
You intentionally made them easy like 3 weeks ago, and those were some of the hardest questions we've had.
Well, by the way, he lied. He 100% fucking lied about that.
Fucking problem, man. Fucking
What,
problem.
Everybody but Dustin Deffen, please.
No.
On a serious note, Dustin, did you have fun seeing your mom when you went?
Yes, very much enjoyed the visit.
That's good. That's always good to hear. How's she doing, by the way?
She's doing good. She's gotten promoted at her job, so she's making more money now. So.
Oh, nice. That's good to hear. I guess with pleasantries out of the way, are you ready, Dustin?
As ready as I'll ever be.
All right, timer will start after I read the first question, and here we go. How many NFL teams that have been to the Super Bowl are undefeated?
2.
All right. Which team did the Lions beat in their last playoff win in 1991?
The Commanders. Not their name at the time, but can't really say their name now.
When Bills kicker Scott Norwood missed the game-winning field goal against the Giants in Super Bowl 25, which direction did the kick go?
Left.
All right. Which team has scored the most points in the Super Bowl?
The Seahawks.
All right. And the Vikings lost all 4 of their Super Bowls during which decade?
The 80s.
All right, that is time. And let's go and tell the others to undeafen.
The hell is it?
Joe?
Wait on Joe.
Waiting on Joe.
Always waiting on Joe.
Always waiting on Joe. You want to go yell at him real quick?
My son, undeaf.
He's never getting over that ever.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
You're gonna have to go yell at him.
Sorry,
There we
I
go.
muted the mic to yell at him.
What we're doing? Sorry. I was looking something up.
So we know we just told you to undeafen, but go ahead and deafen again, Joe.
Don't fucking waste my goddamn time.
Good luck.
All right, so Ty, it's your turn.
Okay.
Ty, don't be scared. It's fine. You can
I'm
trust.
terrified. I'm not scared. I'm terrified. Thank you very much.
All right, you ready?
No, let's go.
All right, timer starts after I read the first question, and here we go.
All right.
How many NFL teams that have been to the Super Bowl are undefeated?
Undefeated in the Super Bowl. Fuck.
Yes.
Let's go with 3.
All right. Which team did the Lions beat in their last playoff win in 1991?
I don't know. The Cardinals.
All right. When Bills kicker Scott Norwood missed the game-winning field goal against the Giants in Super Bowl 25, which direction did the kick go?
Well, it's 50-50. Left.
All right. Which team has scored the most points in the Super Bowl?
The most points in a Super Bowl.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with Denver.
All right. And the Vikings lost all 4 of their Super Bowls during which decade?
That was, I think, the 80s.
Final answer?
Final answer.
All right. Go ahead and tell the others to undeafen, please.
What'd you
Oh.
think, Ty?
Yeah, I probably missed every single one of those. So
Business as usual.
I'm
for
actually a
us.
little more confident than usual on this one, to be honest.
well, undef. It's time to deafen.
All right, Joe, your turn.
Yeah.
Also, Joe, why did you say that in the chat?
Because it's funny.
No, I do not do that.
Kane smokes cocks.
Anyway, are you ready, Joe?
Sure.
All right, timer's going to start after I read the first question, and here we go. How many NFL teams that have been to the Super Bowl are undefeated?
Not the 49ers. Shit.
Just
The
need a
fuck
number.
is Yeah, I know it's not a number.
No, I said, that's not... I said I need a number.
Undefeated. Not the Eagles. God damn, who is undefeated? I don't know anyone that's the Bucks.
Like, how many total teams?
Yeah, no, I'm thinking the Bucks have not been beaten. Let's just go with that. Cowboys and the Bucks. No, not the Cowboys, just the Bucks. The Bucks and the Packers. So 2. That's
All right.
we'll just go with that.
Which team did the Lions beat in their last playoff win in 1991?
The Cowboys.
All right. When Bill kicker Scott Norwood missed the game-winning field goal against the Giants in Super Bowl 25, which direction did the kick go?
Like which side of the field was he kicking, or
Yeah,
like, what does he mean direction? Like north, south, east, west, or
Left or right?
wide left or wide right? Wide right, I guess. I don't know.
Which team has scored the most points in the Super Bowl?
Eagles.
Final answer?
Yeah.
All right. The Vikings lost all 4 of their Super Bowls during which decade?
70s.
All right, that is time. Tell the others to undeafen.
Oh Lord, time to figure out how stupid we all are.
Let me go ahead and put Joe's time down just in case.
Time to crush my confidence.
Shocking ball torture.
All right. All right.
Demonetized.
All right, let's go over this. Excellent. Okay, so how many NFL teams that have been to the Super Bowl are undefeated? Dustin and Joe said 2. Ty said 3. The correct answer is 4.
Whoa.
Really?
So the
I
Bucks,
didn't know there was that many.
the Bucks and Ravens are 2-0, and the Saints and Jets are 1-0.
Do I get a half point for being one closer?
Oh,
No, we don't.
I understood the question
Who was
wrong.
the other one? Who was the other one that I said someone else was undefeated? I thought.
Bucks, Jets, Ravens, and Saints are the undefeated ones.
You remember who I said that was apparently wrong? That was
The
undefeated.
Packers.
I thought the Packers. Oh, they lost, didn't they? Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
that's
lost
just
one
they're
of
not
the Broncos.
undefeated.
Yeah, they lost one of the
Fucking
Broncos.
idiot.
I forget it.
I-
Shut up, bitch.
Wait, did I think I made the question clear. Did I not?
I understood.
You did. I just misunderstood.
Okay. All right.
His
Which
first
team,
language is Spanish.
which team did the Lions beat in their last playoff win in 1991? Dustin said Washington. Ty said Arizona. Joe said Dallas. It is Dallas.
Damn.
They
I
won.
knew that one.
The Lions
They
won
lost
that
to
game.
the Washington.
Yeah, they won that game 38-6 in the
come
divisional
on.
round.
you kidding me?
And then they lost to Washington in the championship game.
They did.
Thought it was the other way around. I thought it was beat Dallas, then lose to Washington.
Nope, the last time Washington won a Super Bowl.
Okay. So when Bills kicker Scott Norwood missed the game-winning field goal against the Giants in Super Bowl 25, which direction did the kick go? Dustin and Ty said left. Joe said right. It was wide right. So that's
Totally knew that.
And I got it wrong.
Totally knew that.
50-50 shot.
Totally knew it.
Actually, it could have been dead on, just short.
There
was a third.
There was
There
a
is
funky
another.
wind. It went backwards.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Fumbled the
So-
snap.
Which team has scored the most points in a Super Bowl? Dustin said Seattle. Ty said Denver. Joe said Philly. It's the Niners with 55 points against the Broncos.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. I think Seattle scored 43?
Yep, against
Uh,
the Broncos.
Yeah, the Broncos scored. I can't remember how many.
Man, the Broncos
scored in
just
one.
get crushed in the NFL, don't they?
And Philly scored 41 points, which are good guesses. But all right. And last question: the Vikings lost all 4 of their Super Bowls during which decade? Dustin and Ty both said the 80s. Joe said the 70s. It is the 70s.
And
So Joe
I actually knew that
convincingly
one.
wins this week.
yep.
So good job, Joe.
So next week
Yeah.
we're gonna get questions that we actually know and Joe doesn't, right?
Usually how it works.
Well, you know how it is. If you ask nicely, I'm not going to do it.
I didn't ask nicely, so you are gonna do it.
Yeah, he's,
Oh,
he's,
okay,
he's driving to your house right now with a gun. It's not very far.
Oh no, no.
Who said I have to drive?
You just see him like running up the fucking street.
So
You're gonna be like that. Oh, what was that movie? Rampage, just walking down the road.
Yeah.
With Joe winning that, Joe and Ty are both tied at 4. Dustin, you do not have a single win so far. What's going
Why
on?
don't you just,
I'm not-
why don't you
I'm
just be
not
a-
a-
Yeah,
Trivia
just be a fucking dick game. Damn.
Hey, man, you're as cruel as the announcers are to Mac Jones.
Ray Davis.
Ray Davis.
Yeah, Mr. The guy that was in
Waterloo.
foster home.
Yeah. Nobody wanted him.
Oh yeah, was that in I'm blanking right now. Where was that from? What game?
The Giants, week 1. Giants,
Cowboys.
yeah.
And it was a Giants player.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Oh,
I'm gonna say he was a Giants player. Ray Davis. I think like a receiver or something like that. He had like 50 yards.
Oh.
and they talked about he was in foster care.
Yeah, they said that it was like 7 years ago he was in the foster home and nobody wanted him, but today he got picked in the NFL.
It was the other way around, but yeah.
Yeah, something like that. It was something that really shouldn't have been said.
It was something like back in the draft, everybody wanted him. 7 years ago when he was in foster care, nobody wanted him.
So, okay. Obviously that's not something you can say, but I can understand what they were trying to say. They're trying to make it seem like,
the way they said it was wrong.
The way they did say it was wrong.
Yes.
Or I guess with all the shenanigans out of the way, you guys want to go ahead and start predictions for this week?
Yeah, let's go ahead and
do all that.
what's the current point total? Let's go ahead and do that.
Current point total. I am in the lead with 63 wins. Ty, you are in second with 58, and Dustin and Joe both have 56. I do want to say this past week was the worst week for all of us. Dustin won 5
Did I
games.
really only get 5 games right?
Yep.
I feel like Dustin was pretty accurate this week.
Joe got 3 wins. I got 4, and Ty got 6. I'll tell you from last week, the only games that Dustin picked correctly were Jacksonville, Cleveland, the Giants, Atlanta, and Seattle. He lost every other game.
Come on, hey.
I was gonna say,
Did
I
I
thought
pick-
Dustin had a decent week. Yeah.
Did I pick
No,
the
I did
Bucks or
terrible.
the Falcons? I don't remember.
I think we all took Bucks except for Dustin.
Yeah, we all Dustin and Ty both picked Atlanta.
Ha!
games.
I had your back there,
Games.
Dustin. I had your back.
But,
New York, Atlanta, Cleveland, Seattle, Pittsburgh, and Philly. I had 6 games.
you picked the Rams.
Sauce.
Bro, I have all of it down right
Sauce.
here.
Hold up. We can just go. We can go up and look at these, can't we?
Kill
Where is
him.
it?
It's
Should be able to.
correct.
Kill him. If it'd go to the right message group.
All right. So Giants, Browns, Raiders, Bills, Lions, Hawks, Rams.
Yeah.
You picked the Rams.
Yep.
That is not what my bet says.
That's what you put on here. That's what it says.
Yeah.
I'm screenshotting this. FanDuel's fucking with me here. FanDuel's over here gaslighting me right now. I'm putting it in there right now. Tell me what that says.
Bruh.
FanDuel over here gaslighting us.
Is FanDuel the only app you use?
Yes. I used to use DraftKings, but they messed with my money. So
Oh, they did?
yes.
Ow.
I made a bet and I won the bet, but they only gave me the money back. They didn't give me the winnings.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I'm just going off of what you guys sent. This is why I encourage you to be
Yeah.
here when you can, but due to circumstances, I understand. It's all good. So,
What's that to
yes,
do
it
with
was the worst
circumstances,
week for
man?
all of us last week. So I'm hopefully week 8 will be better. I'm already starting off on the wrong foot because I picked Tampa and they did not win against the Bills. Which I saw the last play of that game. Baker Mayfield threw a perfect Hail Mary. Nobody was there to catch it.
Oh, Godwin was almost there to catch it. He was so
Yeah.
close.
If he had looked around like a second earlier, he probably would have caught that and won the game. But alas, it was not meant to be.
It is what it is.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get this train rolling. The first matchup we got is the Jags traveling to Pittsburgh. Jacksonville's 2.5-point favorites in this game. I'm taking the Jags,
I'm taking Pittsburgh.
which I do not want to see the refs hose the Jags in this game. If Pittsburgh's going to win, I want them to do it legitimately.
I am picking the Steelers.
All right, Joe?
Steelers, Jags.
I think it's gonna be a close game though.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what is it? You said Steelers, Jags?
Yeah, in
Yes,
Pittsburgh.
Jags.
Oh, I saw something. Oh wait, no, that must be last week. I'm gonna go Jags.
All right. Next matchup we got, the Jets and the Giants. The Jets are 3-point favorites. I'm taking the Jets.
I'm taking the Giants.
All right.
I think Jets. I'm going to go Jets.
All right.
I think Jets is safe.
Next we have the battle of the first and second overall picks from the draft. CJ Stroud and the Texans travel to Carolina to take on Bryce Young. Houston's 3.5-point favorites in this game. I'm taking Houston.
Houston.
Yeah,
I don't see Houston.
Right. CJ Stroud's outplaying Bryce. Bryce isn't gonna be able.
Bryce
to
Young hasn't really been playing good at all. Not that he has a huge team, but neither does Young or Young Stroud. Sorry.
So who you picking, Joe?
Texans. Oh, sorry. I thought I said.
Yeah, everybody's picking
No,
Texans.
no fucking way.
Okay, so we have our first of 4 divisional matchups this week. The Patriots travel to Miami to take on the Dolphins. Miami's 9.5-point favorites in this game. I'm taking Miami.
Yeah, Miami.
So don't call me crazy.
Listen, before
Bro,
you say anything.
it just beat the Bills. It's
No.
not crazy.
No,
Don't do
listen,
it. Don't do it.
listen
Don't
for
do it.
just a second.
Miami. Let me finish. Miami has played extremely poor football since that 70-20 win. I think they continue to play poor football, and I think New England wins.
He's doing the smash mouth betting.
But New England also struggles in Miami, and Belichick has not beaten Tua. You think that starts this week?
I do.
Joe, who you got?
I say I'm still more towards Miami.
Ty?
I said Miami.
Okay, I didn't hear you.
Yeah. So therefore, with it seems like whenever Dustin's the one that bets away, it goes Dustin's way.
Oh, guys, this next matchup. Oh my God, these quarterbacks are so good. We've got Desmond Ritter against Will Levis. Atlanta's 2.5-point favorites in this
I'm
game.
Will
sorry.
Levis.
Get that correct. Will Levis and Malik Willis. They said they're going to be doing dual
they
quarterbacks this year
But who's getting the
If
start?
or this week.
It's still if Tannehill can't make it, because apparently Tannehill's saying he's recovering well and he might be able to start.
But do you really
And-
want him to risk
Will it
that?
make a difference?
No, not really. I want to
And-
see the new guys.
Honestly, I'm going to go with John Madden here. If you're playing two quarterbacks, you're playing none. So
So
I'm
go-
going to go with the Falcons.
You know what? I'll also go with the Falcons, just because I don't want to be wrong this time with the Falcons.
wrong, lose.
If I'm gonna be wrong, Dustin's gonna be wrong too. Fuck you, Dustin.
Can I say it's going to be a tie?
You can.
No,
I'm saying it's a tie.
you're not allowed to predict
No,
the tie.
tie. It's going to be a tie.
You can predict a tie.
Tie is letting me say it's going to be a tie. So
Ty, who is your pick?
yes.
No,
I'm honestly considering going the Falcons, but no, I don't have confidence in my team. It's Falcons.
I have confidence in the Falcons' defense though, because they've been playing. Joe, are you really gonna go through with a tie?
No, it's going to be a tie.
Watch it be a fucking tie.
You know what? Fine, I will put that in. If they actually tie, I will give you the win.
Yeah.
But if they don't, you're taking.
I mean, he's taking a huge risk with it. Either it's a tie and he gets the point, or it's not.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is with every other game, though.
You know what? For every point difference, you owe us money.
Fucking hell
How about-
no.
If you're so confident, then put money on it.
Why don't
Bruh,
you
just
put money in some of your bets?
let him pick the tie and go a point behind, dude.
I am.
Shit.
Okay. Second divisional matchup. Vikings at Packers. Now, I do want to mention this. If you've watched That's Good Sports, when he does his very real power rankings, he curses a team at the end of the episode, and he cursed the Vikings this week. Because of that, I'm going to take Green Bay to win this game.
The Green Bay Vikings. It's a hard one for me, but I'm going to go Vikings.
Okay. Minnesota's only a 1-point favorite, by the way.
That's
1.5.
surprising.
1.5.
That's surprising.
1.5? I saw 1.
It's Vikings.
Oh, I'm sorry. FanDuel says 1.5.
Okay. Ty?
Yeah.
Vikings.
All right. Joe?
Green Bay, I guess.
Okay. The curse wheel that I mentioned has only been wrong once, and that was at the beginning of the season. But it's been right ever since then. Oh god. Rams at the Cowboys. Dallas is 6-point favorites to win, and they're coming off a bye week. I'm taking the Cowboys.
Rams and Cowboys. I think the Rams.
Okay. I would love for them to go in there and upset Dallas.
I would love for the Rams to go in there and make Dallas lose to the NFC West. Just get fucking stomped by them.
So who you picking, Ty?
Rams.
Joe?
You need to ask.
Rams? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Mhm. Our third divisional matchup is the Eagles at the Commanders. Philly 7-point favorites to win this game.
I'm not close before. I'll get 7 points, huh, fuckers?
Why does not?
Hmm.
Going crazy. I'm going Commanders.
You know what? I'm gonna go Commanders as well.
But I have to bet
Sorry,
the
Joe.
opposite. What?
I'm sorry. This is the Eagles.
See, every time I bet, it seems like when I bet for my team, they lose, and when I bet against them, they win.
So who are you going?
Eagles.
All right.
Because that seems to be the logic that
Oh.
that I have to go by.
Okay, so next we got the Saints at the Colts. The Saints are 2-point favorites to win for some reason. I'm picking the Colts.
Yeah, I'm going Colts.
I'm going to agree with you on the some reason. I'm going Colts.
All right.
Colts.
Yeah. I can't really justify Saints. Probably Colts.
All right.
The
Then we
Mullets.
have the Browns at the Seahawks. Seattle's 3.5-point favorites to win.
The Sox.
That's a tough one. I don't know.
Yes. I normally go with my gut on a lot of games, and my gut doesn't even know on this one. I'm
What
going
was
with Seahawks, ultimately.
Okay.
Hawks who?
Seahawks, Browns.
Seahawks and Browns.
Browns.
I'm gonna go Seattle just because I don't want Cleveland to win.
Understandable. Browns.
All right. Then we have our last divisional matchup. The Chiefs at the Broncos. KC's only 7-point favorites to win though. It's Kansas City.
Kansas City chokes in their division at least one game a year.
Oh, you gonna say it's here?
Game, huh?
I say it's here.
They played didn't they play like dog shit against the Broncos before and still win?
They did. It was 19-8.
This is honestly the game. This might be the game. Is this at Denver?
Yeah, it's at Denver.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll say Denver. Then they played like absolutely like if it was like a crushing win last time, I would have probably said Chiefs, no problem. But honestly, they played like dog shit against them before.
I'm going Chiefs, but I'm also with you guys where I think Denver has a good chance in this game.
Yeah, it seems like I said you can't just play against Denver like that. You can't play that badly.
I don't see this game being a 7-point game.
No.
No.
All right.
No.
Next, we've got the Ravens travel to Arizona. Baltimore's 9.5-point favorites to win. I'm taking Baltimore.
I'm taking Baltimore, but I'm going to say watch the upset on this one.
Yeah.
Week off the hot game. But I'm thinking Baltimore, though.
I think Baltimore. I think it's going to be a closer game than people think. I don't think it's going to be as wide as the prediction. I think Baltimore, though.
Hi.
I already said Baltimore, but I honestly don't think it's going to be a close game. I don't. It don't feel like that to me.
As a little bit of a footnote, former Ravens receiver currently plays for the Cardinals. Hollywood Brown.
Yep.
Do you think he has a big game?
He ain't been real Hollywood lately, so.
No, he's been more.
He wasn't real Hollywood when he played with the Ravens either.
Yeah.
Next game is the Bengals at the 49ers. San Fran is 5-point favorites to win, but they will not have Brock Purdy, more than likely.
They don't have Brock Purdy. They don't have Brock Purdy. I'm going Bengals.
All right. I'm also going to go Bengals.
Do they have Deebo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey?
They will have Christian McCaffrey, but not
no
Deebo.
Though, right? Honestly, that makes me say Bengals.
Ty?
If they still had Deebo, maybe.
I already said Bengals.
Okay. Oh,
I think I came over top of you there, Ty. Sorry.
That's probably what it was. Oh, we have a great Sunday night football matchup, guys. The Bears at the Chargers. Chargers are 9.5-point favorites to win, but I think it'll be closer than that.
Bears.
Oh, Chicago. All right.
Let them cook them.
You know what?
It's like I said earlier, the past 3-4 weeks, it feels like the Bears finally figured out how to play like a football team. And they've been cooking.
I'm also going to go Chicago because I just want to see Los Angeles choke again. It'd be funny.
I think I'm going to go Chicago as well.
Joe?
Pretty sure last time I bet on the Chargers winning, they disappointed
didn't.
me, so I'm going to vote not Chargers.
And then Monday Night Football, the Raiders at the Lions. Detroit's 8-point favorites to win. I'm taking Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Lions.
Yeah,
now,
Lions.
Don't call me crazy.
There he goes.
There he goes again. He's cooking.
But the Lions lost pretty bad
Against the better team.
Guys, he's ramping.
Threat.
And I think Jared Goff continues to play bad.
Against the Raiders?
Yes.
I hope you're wrong. You're just insulting me at this point.
It's a bold move, Cotton.
No, if I was insulting you, I would have said that the 49ers would beat the Bengals.
Okay, fair enough. That's weird. Detroit's not even my team, and like, why am I defending them so hard?
Because you think Dan Campbell's cute.
What?
Got him. See, he's flustered. He's flustered now.
No.
I want y'all to know I was placing my bets for the parlay while we were doing that. I cannot put $5 down because I'll win too much money.
What?
What?
You can't have a wager that would win you more than $1 million.
Holy
God.
shit.
Jesus, dude. Wait, I didn't even know that's a thing?
Why would
It's
they
a thing
do
for
that?
FanDuel.
Oh.
I think it's a thing for betting apps specifically.
How much do you usually put down on a single game, Dustin?
Depends on the game. If I'm doing a big parlay like this, I tend to do $1 to $5.
Mm-hmm.
But for games, I'll do 10 to 15 because I don't really bet on single games very often.
Okay. You guys want to go ahead and pick the next Thursday night game?
Yep.
Oh boy, the Titans at the Steelers. To be honest, both offenses are terrible.
Yeah.
Both defenses are pretty good.
You're pretty good.
I can't go against my team twice.
Okay. I'll put Tennessee there. I'm gonna pick Tennessee just because I don't want Pittsburgh to win.
If Tannehill's feeling as good as he's saying he is, I think Tannehill should be back by then, and the Tennessee should win them.
Joe?
Steelers.
Damn it, Joe.
We can't just all agree on one thing.
Yeah, that is true.
I can't permit that. Plus, I had this whole joke that I was going to do. It's like, you can't bet on your team twice, or bet against them twice, but I can.
Watch this. I'm about to do something called a pro gamer move.
Yeah, that's honestly the only reason I even really did that.
So the trade deadline's coming up on Halloween. Do you guys, what moves do you think teams will make?
Yeah, we can't wait to the Eagles.
Will any more Titans trades happen?
Derrick Henry to the Eagles.
I
Derrick
think
Henry to the Cowboys.
I think it's Henry to the Ravens.
Is it Ravens? Huh. I guess
I like how all of us have Derrick Henry going somewhere, and none of us have him going to the same place.
He's the biggest trade capital that we have.
Well, Ty, if this next game is going to be Derrick Henry's last game, how's that going to make you feel?
Well, at least I got to see him in the Oilers uniform.
Yeah.
This pain is just too real.
If he goes anywhere, I hope he goes to the Eagles because they have the best chance of winning the Super Bowl, and Henry deserves the Super Bowl.
I've heard they've been connected to the trade there, so as much as I would fucking hate it, I guess Dustin predicted it on Madden.
Yo, we'll get fucking 3 packs of gum for Derrick Henry from the Eagles.
There you go. Maybe you'll get DeAndre Swift, and DeAndre Swift can be eternally mad that they did that to him.
Eternally mad.
All I'm saying is Edmonds was like, "Dude, I might get me a Super Bowl ring." They're like, "All right." They're like, "Hold up now, buddy."
I put an old Uno reverse on you. You're going to the Titans.
We're really liking this safety over here on the Titans. We're gonna pick him up.
And as far as other trades go, I think the Panthers get a receiver. I don't know who, but they get a receiver.
I think Denver will trade some pieces, to be honest, because they spent the most money this past offseason, and it's not looking good for them.
Jerry Jeudy's been linked to the Cowboys a lot.
Oh God.
Some people are talking about Chase Young getting traded.
One suggested to the Ravens with Chase Young. I'm like, that's a very low risk, high reward trade.
It really kind of sucks because I think Chase Young is a very emotional leader, and I think when he's healthy, he's been solid.
What I would do is Chase Young to the Ravens for a third. I feel like that's reasonable.
3rd and 7th.
Okay.
Chase Young's worth more than 1 pick.
I think I've heard them wanting a 2nd round pick for him. That's what I've heard.
I
And
don't think they're getting that form with his production.
Yeah.
I don't think
And
so
his
either,
injury.
since he hasn't had. He's kind of been what I most. He also, I can't remember if he's eligible for 5th-year option or if this is his 5th year.
He got his 5th-year option declined.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if they can pick that up once they've declined it like that.
No, they can't.
Okay. The problem is, I don't think he has I don't know if he has a single. I think he's got only a sack or 2 this year. No, he's got 5 sacks. I mean, he's not doing terrible.
But I mean, if he got traded to the Ravens, that would probably be the worst thing for him because of how injury prone they are.
Yeah.
But-
Other people have also been People have been saying. A lot of people have also been saying because of a cap, and Montez Sweat has outproduced him.
Yeah.
Some people have said Montez Sweat over Chase Young, which is kind of weird to me.
Yeah, I would not trade Montez Sweat. He's too good.
No, I don't think so. Our D tackles are locked down. I think they're trying to. I think one of them probably is going, and it's more likely Chase Young. I thought potentially he was just going to get let go into free agency, but maybe this trade thing will happen.
I mean, you got to try to get something for him if you are going to move on.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand it. It just sucks that it didn't work out. And he was one of those really physical freaks, that just. I mean, really not even. It's really mostly injuries, but.
Dustin, you said the Panthers will get a receiver?
Yes.
Which one?
I don't know.
He doesn't know.
I don't know what type of trade capital they're going to be working with.
They
I
have,
know
they
they don't.
plenty.
I know they don't really have picks.
The Panthers?
Yeah, they don't. They've traded a lot of their picks away.
Oh.
But also, what do you guys think of QB pressures versus sacks? Because a
Uh,
lot of people
what do you
point out, I think
Pressures
Bosa
don't matter as much as they used to because a lot of quarterbacks are really good at throwing on the run.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the reason I'm bringing that up because there's been a lot of talk this season. I think Nick Bosa is kind of behind on the sack total, but everyone says he's got a lot of him. I think him and Micah Parsons are a little behind on the sack totals.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing with people saying, "Oh, he's still got a lot of pressures." Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Justin
They give up a lot of
Fields,
pressures.
Jalen
I'd
Hurts,
say.
hell, Kyle Murray. All of those quarterbacks are just as accurate throwing the ball while running as they are while standing still. It doesn't matter if they're pressured anymore.
Yeah, I think it makes. What you're saying makes sense against a mobile quarterback.
And
Who is the sack
the
leader?
league's moving not necessarily towards quarterbacks that are fast and can run, but they're moving a lot towards quarterbacks that can step out of the pocket and do everything they can while moving.
Here's a trivia question for you guys. Who's currently leading the league in sacks?
Is it TJ Watt? No, it's
No.
Is it somebody on
me
the
to tell-
Seahawks?
Nope.
Ooh.
is it
Brian Burns?
Hutchinson.
crap.
Nope. Aiden Hutchinson is the right division.
Why Mac? Khalil Mack?
He's on the Chargers.
Wait,
Hutchinson is on the Giants.
So it's somebody in the NFC North?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Is it Rashawn Gary?
Nope.
Hmm.
You would have heard his name a few years ago.
A few years ago. Daniil
I'll just
Hunter?
tell you, he's only one above TJ Watt. TJ Watt's number 2.
Is it Daniil Hunter?
Yes.
Really?
9 sacks. He's 1 sack ahead of TJ Watt, putting him at 9.
Wow.
And then below at number 3, 3 is Myles Garrett at 7.5. Then 4 is a 3-way tie between Mac, Trey Hendrickson, and Josh Allen for 7. What would be 5, if there wasn't multiples, Leonard Floyd, Max Crosby, 6.5.
Interesting. Yeah, Daniil Hunter, I think he's been a trade target as well.
Chase Young is number 16. He has 5 sacks at 16. He's got the same as Micah Parsons.
Interesting. I think that'll conclude this episode of NFL Tribune podcast. See you guys back for week 9.